Welcome to Sam Podcast.
Enjoy listening to English every day.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Season 3 of the Sam Podcast. We'll be talking about business plans this season with me, Mr. Sam. Today, we have another exciting discussion, and this one might surprise some of you. Many people think opening a barbershop is simple. Just get some clippers, a chair, and start cutting hair. But if you want a successful and long-lasting business, you need something much more important, a strong business plan. So, today's topic is how to write a business plan for a barbershop. And of course, I'm not discussing this alone. I've invited a special guest who has worked with many small service businesses and helped them build strong business strategies. Please welcome Miss Natalie Carter.
Thank you, Mr. Sam. I'm really happy to be here today.
We're happy to have you, Natalie.
And I have to say, talking about barbershops is actually more interesting than people might think.
Oh, absolutely. Barbershops are more than just places for haircuts. They're often community hubs, places where people talk, relax, and sometimes even debate about sports or politics.
Exactly. But before we get too distracted by conversations in the barber chair, we should talk about the business side.
Yes, because today we're not just chatting, we're debating. And Natalie, I already suspect we might disagree about a few things.
I'm ready for it.
All right then, let's begin. Natalie, let me start with a question. Many barbers start their shops with experience cutting hair, but without a business plan. Some of them still succeed. So is a business plan really necessary?
Short answer, yes.
That was quick.
Because experience with scissors is not the same as experience with business strategy.
Fair point.
A barbershop business plan helps with several things. A, understanding startup costs. B, choosing the right location. C, setting service prices. D, planning marketing strategies. E, managing staff and schedules.
But some people argue that planning too much slows you down.
Planning doesn't slow you down. It prevents expensive mistakes.
I can't argue with that. Let's start with the first part of the business plan, the executive summary.
Yes, this is basically the overview of the entire business.
But here's something funny. Many people think the executive summary should be written first.
Which is actually wrong.
Exactly.
It's usually written last, after the rest of the business plan is finished.
Because it summarizes everything.
Right.
So what should the executive summary include?
Several things. A, the name of the barbershop. B, the concept or style of the shop. C, the target customers. D, the location. E, financial expectations.
Let's imagine a barbershop called Sharp Edge Barbershop.
Nice name.
The executive summary might say, Sharp Edge Barbershop will provide modern and traditional haircuts for men in a comfortable and stylish environment. The shop will focus on excellent customer service, skilled barbers, and affordable prices.
That's a great example. Short and clear.
Now, here's where things get interesting. The concept of the barbershop.
Yes, because not all barbershops are the same.
Exactly. Some are very simple neighborhood shops.
Some are premium grooming lounges.
Some offer coffee and music.
Some even offer beard treatments and skincare services.
Now, Natalie, here's where I disagree with many experts.
Oh, really?
I think sometimes people try to make their barbershop too fancy.
Interesting argument.
They add expensive decorations, luxury chairs, fancy drinks.
And that can increase costs.
Exactly.
But premium services can also attract high-paying customers.
True, but not every neighborhood needs a luxury barbershop.
That's why understanding your market is essential.
Market research is often ignored by new barbershop owners.
Yes, and that's a big mistake.
They think people always need haircuts.
Which is true.
But they forget to ask important questions like, how many barbershops already exist nearby? How much do competitors charge? What styles are popular?
Exactly.
I once visited a street that had 5 barbershops in one block.
Wow.
Competition was intense.
In that situation, the new shop must offer something unique.
Better service.
Better atmosphere.
Or better prices. Let's talk about target customers.
This is very important.
Who usually visits barbershops?
Typically, men and boys, students, office workers, professionals.
But modern barbershops often attract young professionals.
Yes, especially those who care about style and grooming.
Some shops specialize in beard styling.
Beards have become very popular again.
Fashion always repeats itself. A barbershop doesn't just cut hair anymore.
Right.
Typical services include haircuts, beard trimming, shaving, hairstyling.
Some shops also offer hair coloring, head massages, hair washing.
Now, let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
Should a barbershop offer too many services?
Not necessarily.
Exactly.
Too many services can confuse customers.
And require more training.
And more equipment.
So sometimes it's better to focus on excellent haircuts and beard services.
Quality over quantity.
Now we arrive at one of the most important decisions: location.
Yes.
Barbershops work best in places with high foot traffic.
For example, shopping streets, near offices, near universities.
But high traffic means high rent.
That's the classic problem.
Some barbershops succeed in quieter neighborhoods.
Especially if they build loyal customers.
Repeat customers are the heart of a barbershop.
Exactly.
Let's talk about equipment.
A barbershop requires several essential items: barber chairs, hair clippers, scissors, mirrors, and washing sinks.
And don't forget lighting.
Good lighting is crucial for precise haircuts.
Also, the interior design matters.
Customers enjoy a comfortable environment.
Some people believe barbershops don't need marketing.
That's outdated thinking.
Today, marketing includes social media photos, haircut videos, customer reviews.
Barbers often post haircut transformations online
Those videos get thousands of views.
and attract new customers.
Number 10, financial planning.
Now we discuss the serious topic: money.
Every business plan must include financial estimates.
Startup costs may include rent, renovation, barber chairs, tools and equipment, and licenses.
And staff salaries. Barbershops usually earn money through service fees.
Some also sell hair products.
That's actually a great idea.
Yes, products like pomade and shampoo.
Well, Natalie, after this discussion, I think we can agree on one thing.
What's that?
Opening a barbershop may seem simple.
But running a successful one requires careful planning.
Exactly.
A strong business plan helps owners prepare for challenges.
And build a sustainable business. All right, everyone, that brings us to the end of today's episode about how to write a business plan for a barbershop.
We hope today's debate helped you understand the importance of planning before opening a barbershop.
Thank you for listening to the Sam Podcast.
And remember, great businesses start with great planning.
And great haircuts. See you in the next episode, everyone.